Today, we're exploring the bishop's gambit within the king's gambit accepted. This opening is known for its aggressive and tactical nature, allowing white to launch a direct assault on black's position right from the start. By examining each move in detail, we'll gain a comprehensive understanding of the strategies and intricacies involved in this exciting gambit. Let's get started. e4, e5. White begins the game with the king's pawn move, e4, aiming to control the center and open lines for the bishop and queen. Black responds symmetrically with e5, contesting the center and preparing for solid development. f4, f4. With f4, white initiates the king's gambit, offering a pawn to disrupt black's pawn structure and open lines for an attack. Black accepts the gambit with f4, gaining a pawn but also facing immediate pressure from white's pieces. Bishop c4, d6. White develops the bishop to c4, targeting the weak f7 square, which is often a focal point for early attacks. Black counters with d6, reinforcing the pawn on f4 and preparing to develop the dark-squared bishop. d4, queen h4. White strikes in the center with d4, aiming to establish a strong pawn duo. Black responds with an aggressive queen check on h4. This move forces white to react and disrupts white's castling rights. King f1, bishop e7. To avoid material loss, white moves the king to f1. This keeps the king relatively safe and prepares to push the h-pawn to challenge black's queen. Black develops the bishop to e7, preparing to castle and solidifying the pawn on f4. Knight c3, knight f6. White develops the knight to c3, aiming to control the d5 square and support the e4 pawn. Black develops the knight to f6, adding pressure to the e4 pawn and preparing to challenge white's center. Queen e1, white offers a queen exchange with queen e1, aiming to relieve some pressure from the king and connect the rooks. Black accepts the exchange, simplifying the position and reducing white's attacking potential. King e1, knight c6. White's king captures on e1, centralizing and preparing to connect the rooks. Black develops the knight to c6, attacking the d4 pawn and controlling important central squares. Knight e2, bishop g4. White develops the knight to e2, supporting the d4 pawn and preparing to reposition for more activity. Black pins the knight with bishop g4, adding pressure to white's position and preparing for potential exchanges. Bishop f4, bishop e2. White moves the bishop to f4, aiming to exchange black's active bishop and gain control over the e5 square. Black moves the bishop to e2, ready to exchange and simplify the position. Knight e2, knight e4. White captures the bishop on e2 with the knight, maintaining the central balance and preparing for further development. Black places the knight on e4, establishing a strong outpost and attacking the f2 pawn. Bishop d5, knight f6. White moves the bishop to d5, attacking the knight and aiming to control key squares. Black retreats the knight to f6, maintaining control of the e4 square and preparing to support the center. Bishop f3, castle white moves the bishop back to f3, preparing to support the king's position and maintaining control over key squares. Black castles queenside, ensuring king's safety and connecting the rooks. c4, d5. White advances the c-pawn to c3, supporting the center and preparing to open lines for the rooks. Black counters with d5, challenging white's center and creating counterplay. King d2, knight b8. White moves the king to d2, aiming to connect the rooks and prepare for central operations. Black retreats the knight to b8, preparing to reposition and challenge white's dominance. We've now traversed through one possible line of the bishop's gambit, witnessing the strategic maneuvers and tactical battles between both sides. This variation offers a rich tapestry of opportunities for both attacking and defensive play, highlighting the dynamic nature of the king's gambit accepted. The bishop's gambit is a testament to white's aggressive intentions right from the outset. By sacrificing the pawn on f4, white aims to open lines and create immediate threats against black's king. Black, on the other hand, must tread carefully to neutralize these threats while developing their pieces harmoniously. White's moves like d4, bishop c4, and queen e1 demonstrate a clear plan to dominate the center and open lines for an attack. Black's responses, including queen h4 check and bishop e7, aim to counteract these plans by consolidating their position and preparing for a counterattack. One of the critical moments in this opening is the queen exchange on e1. This move alleviates some pressure on white's king, but also simplifies the position, making it less sharp. Another pivotal moment is white's move king d2, which connects the rooks and prepares for central action. The bishop's gambit has been a part of chess theory for centuries, with many legendary players employing it in their games. Its aggressive nature and rich tactical opportunities make it a favorite among attacking players. Historically, it has seen many thrilling encounters, showcasing the beauty and complexity of chess. As we conclude our exploration of the bishop's gambit, it's clear that this opening offers both excitement and strategic depth. Whether you're an attacking player looking to launch a ferocious assault or a defender seeking to counter and capitalize on your opponent's aggression, the bishop's gambit provides ample opportunities for both. Remember, the key to mastering chess lies in understanding the ideas behind each move, not just memorizing them. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, enjoy the game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth chess content. See you in the next video.